Opportunity for us to move on to the next stages of the Amlin is a massive achievement for the boys and the club. So yeah, it's something that we're really looking forward to. I think you just nailed it in the question. I mean, yeah, they're renowned for being one of the best sides in Europe. I mean, okay, they've had a bit of a few changes recently with coaching structure and things, but I don't think we can take that too lightly. I mean, they're a fantastic side, and yeah, I don't think we'll be taking them too lightly. Again, I mean, it's fantastic for the club. I mean, to finish at the stages that we have in the pool, will probably be a great accomplishment, but to get through to the next stage, it would just really move the club on. It just shows the ambition of the club. Yeah, hoping to play. All the boys are looking to play, and the thing is, at the moment, probably wouldn't want to be in the coach's position because there's a lot of fit boys that are all fighting for the same shirt. We just want to keep moving on. One of the things that Rob set us from the beginning of the season is to try and improve and get better as each game continues. I think we've proved that from the stage that we are in the campaign so far. So as long as we keep trying to improve, and then we'll see where we are at the end of the season.
Obviously, it was pretty disappointing to go down there and lose by just 1 point. So it's a great opportunity for us to sort of get revenge on that and then book ourselves a quarter-final spot. Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said before, I think the club's on the rise and everyone's pushing for spots, and we performed well in Newcastle, and then a few other guys jumped in and played well in Italy. So the pressure's on, and I think training there today sort of shows everyone's pretty intense, and it's only Tuesday. So yeah, exactly. I think they were champions over in France not too long ago, so they're definitely a big side, and it's a great opportunity for us to play out in front of our home crowd and get a good win over a top team. Yeah, definitely. We probably got on top in the first 20-30 minutes over there, and then eventually they sort of wore us down, and obviously they got a great 10 and he can kick goals from everywhere, and he can put big bombs up, so we've got to be aware of that and play our style of play as well. Even when we're away, they're fantastic. They help us out so much, but obviously when we're at Stanley Park there's a lot more of them, and I think the team just really lifts. Obviously, they're a class side, and they've got a big forward pack, and they've got some exciting backs, so you can sort of worry about them, but I think we just got to worry about ourselves and sort of enforce our own game plan on there, and if we play well, I think we can come away with the win.
We headed into the first round, and the only real target we set ourselves as a team was to be in the shout in the final game at home, knowing that it was in our hands, and we've managed to achieve that with some good results. And now, as you say, we've got to hope we can drag a big crowd in here. We can get beyond the guys, because there is the fantastic opportunity for us to get into a quarter-final, something we've not done before, something we were disappointed not to achieve last season. But I think we always knew a losing bonus point out there would be a big achievement for us, and would be very crucial in the way the group ended up, and now that's proved to be the case. We're slightly ahead of everybody else now in the group. We're ahead on tries as well, which is very important to us. That may very well mean a lot in the shake-up of how things happen if we can get the win this weekend, because how the other groups turn out is also important if you want to progress further through the competition. But first and foremost, we've got to focus on this Saturday. We felt we played well over in Perpignon. We did have a couple of issues with a couple of areas of their game where they put pressure on us. They put us under a bit of pressure at scrum. We didn't really get our driving game going as we'd have liked. And discipline, a couple of bits of discipline, provided them some kicking opportunities that won them the game. The other factor was we probably created the best try scoring opportunity of the game, and to be fair, we blew it. So there are things we have to improve on, but obviously being at home is a big thing. Getting the crowd behind us will be a big thing. And as you say, it's a one-off game with everything to play for, and if we're an ambitious side, we'll win. If we really go for it, I think we can win, but it's going to be tough. I think it's just another little step. If you actually think about where we were last year, we were within 3 minutes of going through to a quarter-final last year, and we conceded a late try, having gone down to 14 men. Kind of everything contrived against us for the last 10 minutes of a game of rugby where we were looking quite comfortable. So to get through is only a relatively small step in comparison to next year, but probably an important one. and I think playing against such a good side as Perpignon, or such a well-known side as Perpignon in European Cup circles, and beating them would obviously be an achievement. It's not the be-all and end-all of our season by any means, because there's a lot of big Premiership games coming up, but it would certainly be, I think, a nice reward for the work the players have put into the round so far, and to say what they want to achieve and how ambitious they are as players. Yeah, I mean, it's never nice to see guys getting injured. I mean, fortunately they weren't the kind of injuries that were sickening, kind of real agony injuries for anybody. Josh has got a pretty standard broken leg, and we should be seeing him again on the pitch in about 8 weeks' time. Jack's is a slightly different injury in that it's a ligament injury that might take a little bit longer. He's had some issues with the knee previously. He doesn't require an operation or anything intrusive like that. He just needs a good period of rehab to get everything settled down and sorted again, and we really will make sure we get him 100% right before. He's a young guy, he's got a lot of years ahead of him, hopefully playing more international rugby. He's got another year under 20, so we'll spend a lot of time getting that knee 100% right before we see him again. I think home advantage is big in any competition, but we felt we got pretty close to Perpignon away from home. Obviously we'll be hoping that them having to travel is always relatively difficult, but we've got to make sure in home games you make the game about yourself, and we have to do that by stamping the way we want to play on things and not worrying too much about Perpignon. For that to happen, obviously our set piece will have to function. We feel pretty good about ourselves defensively. That our defensive record is improving all the time. I think there's areas we can improve on from where we played Perpignon last time, and hopefully our improvement will outdo theirs, and we'll come away winners. It will be a tough physical game of European rugby between two big physical sides. There's potentially probably 6 or 7 internationals could be on display in the Perpignon side. We're obviously going to go absolutely full strength, and we're going to give it everything to make sure we can win. So it'll be a full-blooded game, very high quality game of rugby, and I think anyone who comes here will have a fantastic afternoon.